Hey, YouTube, can you hear me? Yes, you can. Hey, YouTube, thank you guys so much for joining me. It is Friday, July 31st, and before we get into some things, I just want to start off with some positivity, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has been around on the channel for the past couple of days to witness the conversations. Oh my God, why does this do this? That we have been having in regards to Young Money. And so this is always an ongoing conversation. And so if you didn't see the one before this, it is very important to do so and watch all the way to the end because a lot of tea and information in there. I also want to say thank you for your support on these videos right here. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns. Today, though, what I want to talk about is Cardi B has released her latest single. What's it called again? I forgot. I couldn't even listen to it. Not because I didn't want to, but because I cannot find my not I can't find. I had my headphones and then I freaking it fell and I cannot freaking find it. So that is what I'm going to do when I get off of here. But because and well, no, I don't know if it's because that's what we're gonna discover today. Okay, and talking to you. The female rappers have been very, very active on the timeline today. I mean, Cardi had a new single, Nicki Minaj was going off, and Trim, resurfaced as well, previewing some music and stuff like that. So we're going to get into all three of the girls. But before we do, I want to give you guys, because the last like 15 minutes of my live from yesterday got cut off while I was trying to make a very important point and, like, what's it called? Um, with this article, and my screen had went out. So it's really important for those of you who listen to me live. It's really important for y'all to communicate with me in real time, like if you're not able to see my screen or anything like that, because it's really important. Like, I'm doing research in real time, and my whole purpose here is to have you take this journey along with me. And so when you're not seeing my screen, it's like audio is still good, but I want you to see what I am researching. So, in the past 15 minutes of yesterday's conversation, we talked a lot about Nicki and Jay-Z and their beef and what it could be about. Okay. But however, the point that I wanted to make towards the end of that conversation was the assumption that fans of Nicki Minaj make that when that Nicki Minaj is like one of these most powerful artists in the music business. And I'm challenging that because if you really look at the articles and the market share and report the market share reports from the biggest labels in the game, a lot of times Nicki Minaj is not on it. And so I want to demonstrate for you in real time on how I do that research. So since my screen got cut off from yesterday, let's do it today. And then I'm going to show you guys some things that I'm putting on my, you know what? Yeah, let's put this on Twitter. That I'm putting on Twitter right now. Market share reports. Okay, so bear with me. So the point that I was making yesterday in bringing up this article and talking about Republic Records, this was their report from 2025. So basically, we talked about Republic Records always coming in at number one when it comes to market share, right? The strongest label in the game. However, here is their executive staff, and every year every label talks about what artists and what projects contributed to their success and their market share, because that is the real war in the music business, is who can own the biggest part of the pie. And UMG usually always wins, and as we know, Republic Records is, the strongest label. And so here is their report. So I'm going to go through this with you guys, and then we're gonna get into the tea and shit, like with everything on the timeline. So just sit back, relax, like the video, and just listen, okay? If you really want to understand some shit, like for real, for real. So it says Republic Label Group rides a mighty current. This is dated January 12th, 2026. We already covered this that month on Patreon. So y'all are like 7, 8 months late, okay? But but like I said, let's go to the facts. So it says when Monty and Avery Littman, right here, Monty, Avery, CEOs, co-CEOs of Republic, when they're fitted as industry icons at Clive Davis Grammy Bash, the festivities and Clive's honorifics will serve as a victory lap. The Greater Republic Label Group, please don't call it a collective, enjoyed stratospheric success in 2025 as reflected by its colossal 16.8 current market share in our year-end tally. So they finished off the year with 16.8% in the market share, okay, at the end of 2025. Tops among labels, they're at number 2 overall with 12.4%. Now, they're going to tell you about the artists and the projects on the label that contributed to their success. Taylor Swift's Supernova, The Life of a Showgirl, ruled the year-to-date album chart with a mind-boggling 5.5 million units in US activity, followed by Morgan Wallen's I'm the Problem on Big Loud / Mercury Records with 5 over 5 million copies, and the surprise sensation that is Visva's K-pop was the number 4 title with nearly 2.8 million units. In fact, the Littman empire is represented by no fewer than 7 releases in the top 10, thanks to Island Records, Sabrina Carpenter, who's been having a big year in the past couple of years. Prior, Morgan Wallen's set One Thing at a Time, Drake, and The Weeknd. So, 2 albums apiece by Taylor and Morgan incidentally represent about 36% of Republic's current market share. I'm going to pause right here because this is also an important number right here. So it says just only Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen, their projects represent over 33%. They said 36%. One third of 100 is 33. So Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen alone represent more than one third of Republic Records' current market share, the revenue that they bring in, and their success. Not to mention a staggering 13.3 million US units in 2025, and in Taylor's case, much more activity worldwide. We're not even getting into worldwide and global numbers. We only talking about right now in the United States, Republic Records, and we only speaking on Republic Records right now. So, as the holiday snow melted off the chart, remember this was written in January 26th, the final read of the 2025 found Republic affiliated titles owning the top 5: Taylor, Morgan, Olivia Dean, The Art of Loving on Island, and KDPH and Sabrina. This hit parade is astounding, but such big league leading stats have long been the norm for the brothers. That when they say brothers, they're talking about the co-CEOs of Republic, Monty and Avery, whose clarity in doing all the right deals and pulling all the requisite levers is a matter of record. The company's extended umbrella includes Mercury Records, with artists like Noah Kahan, Post Malone, the deal with Seth England's Big Loud for Morgan Wallen, Savan, I'm not even about to read all of that, but all of the things that's highlighted or sorry in bold is important things that you want to pay attention to. So Tunji Balogun, we talked about that and him on Def Jam earlier this week, and who furnished Justin Bieber's Grammy winning album Swag, Mike Harris, MCA, Carrie Underwood. This is another what's it called? Executive here, Chapel Roan, okay? So, it goes into like what's it called? It's worth noting that the current share slices of Island 2.7 and Big Loud 2.6 were larger than some of major labels for the year. Okay, so it's basically saying that Island Records, which is where Sabrina Carpenter is, and Big Loud Records, which I think may be where I don't know, Post Malone or Morgan Wallen, they're saying that both Sabrina Carpenter and Morgan Wallen, like their market share is bigger, larger than those of some other major labels for the year. So, not, I'm just gonna give you some more major labels that That's not necessarily what they're talking about here. So, for example, you know of Interscope Records, you know of Island Records, Def Jam, Atlantic, Warner Records, or whatever. Insert any of those, right? Like, I'm not saying specifically which ones they're talking about. They just said their percentage is larger than those of some other labels for the year. Okay, so it talks about the Republic crew awaiting a big Grammy night, okay? Because this is written before the Grammys. Wendy Goldstein, an executive, an A&R executive that actually Nicki Minaj highlighted when she announced her label, Heavy on It, right? Because she is like the vice president or some shit of Republic or whatever. So here, of course, they go in deeper and they talk about more artists and that are on the label that contribute to their big success in 2025. And make sure that you guys are understanding. If you don't understand something, feel free to tell me to slow down or type any questions that you have. So I'm just gonna give to you an example. All right, or just read this. It says the brothers famously began hatching the plans to build their machine at the dining room table of their tiny East Village apartment in the 90s. That is when the brothers launched Republic Records. As an MCA distributed subsidiary, they got early traction with alternative acts. Bloodhound Gang is basically telling you the history of Republic and how they started. Okay, so I'm going to skip that. In the ensuing years, Republic was part of the various experimental compounds like Universal Republic, Universal Motown Republic Group, and it's basically telling you now, it's telling you all of the different names like Republic Records has had because of all of the transformations of the label within Universal. So, like right now, we see a lot of consolidation and labels buying other labels and joining with other labels that has happened to Republic in the past. And so, some of their past names were Universal Republic, Universal merged with Motown Republic before being rechristened, reborn in its original name since 2012. It's been Republic Records. It went back to its original name in 2012. Partnership with the likes of some people we know, Cash Money, all right. Scott Borchetta's Big Machine, The Weeknd's XO, and Drake's OVO yielded huge hits in a myriad of genres, while Diva Supreme, Ariana Grande, moved from strength to strength, and Swift's signing a distro deal directly with Republic opened the floodgates. So I'm just gonna leave that there. So once again, they're highlighting the amount of money they made in the market share and all of the artists and projects that contributed to that. So I'm highlighting this once again to make a point that y'all love to talk about like Nicki as like one of the most powerful what's it called, artists in the game. And in that article, you ever hear me mention Nicki Minaj's name? You didn't even hear me mention Wayne's name. Bitch, they ain't even got Young Money on here. They highlighted Drake, OVO. I highlighted Cash Money, which obviously like encompasses Nicki and Drake and Wayne and stuff like that. But even if we look in the section where they talk about the artists and the albums that made the most impact in the amount of money that they made, Nicki is nowhere on here. So what does that tell you? Well, okay, cool. Nicki had an off year, right? She was on hiatus in 2025. We all know what went down and what happened in 2025. And so I'm just basically saying that to say that okay, it was an off year. But this is my challenge to you in the comments. My challenge to you would be to go and pull up this same document, this same article, pull it up for 2024 because we're looking at a 2026 article that once again reports the numbers from 2025. So I want to see the numbers for 2024 so you can prove to me how much should how much like money does Nicki Minaj bring in for Republic Records? Like whose pockets it's hurting? Like Nicki threatening to not release music, like whose pockets is that really hurting? Because it don't seem like Republic hurting for nothing, because like they're not the ones that's in the news for getting sued by people that they work with. So like I'm just bringing up the points, like for facts, as I'm just saying. So get me the fucking article and the charts for 2024 so that we can see. Even in Nicki had an off year in 2025, but I'm asking you for the 2024 data. Why? Because she had the best year of her career. She had the number one album, so 228,000 units, and she also had a tour over 100 million. So let's see, like how does that move the needle for Republic Records? Because even if even if Nicki is having the best year of her career when it comes to money wise, streams wise, sales wise, she still ain't touching Taylor. She still ain't touching Morgan Wallen. She ain't even touching Drake or The Weeknd, bitch, or Ariana Grande, you know? And so even if shout out to Ariana Grande, who's in a first tracking week for her album or whatever, she might not even out debut Nicki with 228,000 in her first week. But you have to get over like first week sales because that's not mentioned here in the most important stats that they review every year when they decide who's getting a promotion, who's getting more money in their next advance, right? First week sales is cool, but look at what they look at the numbers that they highlighted. A mind-boggling for Taylor Swift, 5.5 million units in US activity, over 5 million units. So what does that tell you? They don't give a fuck about no first week sales. They're telling you what you sold in totality within the US. They want to see your numbers move week to week. That's what they're highlighting. So, all right, cool. So you guys are gonna find me this report, but for 2024, so that we can see in Nikki's best year in her career, how much the Republic say that she brought in for their label, and what did she compete with Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, and Drake? All right, because they had off years, right? I think. And so here, along with when we looked at this back in January, another thing that I love to look at, and that you've probably seen, is other like sources who report on like highest streaming artists and some shit like that. So last night after I got off of here last night, I went back through all of my bookmarks on Instagram because I bookmark a lot of things like this when it comes to data and business stuff about music. And so here are some of the charts that I've bookmarked in the past like 6 months or whatever. And some of these may have even came out what's it called? Like sorry, like last year or earlier this year and stuff like that. Okay, because like I said, the article that we looked at it's reporting 2025 numbers. So let's look at the first things just so that you guys can see. So shout out to the Bag, one of my favorite accounts on Instagram, and it says the top 20 streaming artists, and so it's giving you top 20 for different platforms. You have Apple Music and you have Spotify. You have Luminate, which is not a streaming platform, but it is a company who gets like all of the data from every platform about everything. Okay, so Luminate is the platform that collects all of the data, who then sends it to Billboard and to the labels for them to understand the data, and that's how they make the chart. Okay, so Luminate is one of the most important businesses and platforms in the business. So, according to Apple Music and Spotify, Drake is the number one most streamed artist, period, since streaming became a thing. Luminate also agrees from in the US from 2015 to present. So the blue number for Luminate makes is talking about US numbers. The orange one is talking about worldwide numbers. Drake falls to number 3 of a most streamed artist in the world of all time. Taylor Swift number 1 on that list. Taylor Swift though is number 2 when it comes to US numbers in both Apple Music and Spotify, and she's right below Drake. Okay, on Apple Music, shout out to Future. Number 3, Bad Bunny. On Spotify, Justin Bieber. Right, so you see a constant. Like some of the same names are kind of like constantly in the same like top 10, and they just shuffle based on like what platform you using. You get it? So here are once again the top 20 most streamed artists of all time. Okay, of all time. I'm not gonna go through the whole chart. I'm just showing you of all time. And where do you see Nicki Minaj? Oh, nowhere. All right. Well, let's look at another one. So, this is another article. Sorry. This is another graphic. It says who owns the masters. So this is not necessarily like a chart thing, but I just love shit like this, bro, because like it just tells you like who owns the masters of the biggest artists in the world. So Taylor Swift owns her masters. She licenses it to Republic. Drake owns his masters, right? Under exclusive license to Republic, a division of UMG Recordings, right? Ariana, Republic division of UMG Recording. And actually, as soon as Ariana dropped her album last night, I ain't listened to it because I don't listen to no Ariana Grande, but bitch, I went on her shit because I want to see 94 million monthly listeners on Spotify. You know how much motherfucking money this bitch is bringing in for Republic Records right now? Okay, this bitch definitely renegotiated her contract. So let's look at the album and let's look at who owns this masters, okay? So it says a Republic Records release 2026. What's it, I can't even see this screen. Hold on. It says Baby Doll Music under exclusive license to Republic Records, a division of UMG Recordings. So Baby Doll Music, we need to, well, not right now, but like you should search that up if you like are interested in Ariana Grande, because that is likely, like Drake has OVO and Nicki has Heavy on it or whatever. Ariana Grande definitely has her own label that she's going to sign herself to, and it says under exclusive license to Republic Records, right? So that is how all of Republic Records' highest selling artists even drop their music right now. Okay. So I just love things like that. You got Tyler the Creator, Eminem, Shady Records. He's on Interscope, been on Interscope for a long time. Morgan Wallen, Sabrina Carpenter, Island Records, right? Sabrina Carpenter, she is a younger artist. So she does not, although she's like really popular and she quote unquote sells a lot or whatever, she doesn't yet have the leverage to sign herself and license her shit, to the label. The label still needs to own Sabrina Carpenter's copyright so that they can recoup their money, all of the millions that they gave her. Let's look at SZA. Top Dog Entertainment under exclusive license to RCA Records. That tells you that SZA doesn't own her masters. TDE owns SZA's masters, and they exclusively distribute via what's it called, RCA. Okay, Justin Bieber, I don't even know what that says. Like Lady Gaga, Interscope. Okay. So once again, I'm not gonna really go through all of this, but these are the things that I personally look at, because you want to know once again who is the top strongest artist in the game. Is your fave on the list? Best selling artist of 2025 worldwide. Top 10. Let's see. Number one, Taylor Swift. Number two, Stray Kids. Number three, Drake. Number four, The Weeknd. Number five, Bad Bunny. Six, Kendrick Lamar. Seven, Morgan Wallen. Eight, Sabrina Carpenter. Billie Eilish at number nine. And Lady Gaga number 10. Wait, okay, we got Drake. All right, cool. Wayne, okay. Nicki, ooh, oh, damn. Well, somebody go and find that graphic for 2024 and let me know if it's Nicki on that list. Now, I got one more before we move on. Y'all said what? Open image and do tab. Let's see. Now, don't even mind all everything I got up here because, bitch, I was screenshotting this shit earlier while I was like watching myself shit. I was watching yesterday's live. Bitch, I already done listened to our conversation yesterday like 5 times already. So that's what I was doing earlier. Okay, that's why you see this here. Anyway, so it says artist scale is expanding faster than the streaming economy in the US. Artists hitting 500,000 album equivalents in quarter one are up 5x since 2017 versus 3x growth in US paid subscribers. So basically, this is comparing artists, like the highest streaming artists worldwide and stuff like that. And so, to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna hold you. This is a chart that's a little bit harder to read. I could like, get it if like I had time, but I really don't want to dedicate time to this because once again, I'm just literally showing you guys this to prove a point. All of the information is out there. So when you guys are on Twitter typing away with your little fingers talking about the industry is fucking failing and bankrupt because Nicki Minaj is not releasing music, bitch, if Nicki Minaj was having the best year of her life in streaming and sales wise, it still wouldn't even be 33% of the money that Drake brings or Taylor Swift brings. Okay. So I guarantee you when I say Republic Records is not hurting for Nicki. Okay. Now, no, they not gonna let Nicki go, and they're also, and actually you should put respect on Republic Records. Honestly, I think because Republic Records have, even though like they don't necessarily have to be loyal to Nicki, they have like never really signed another female rapper. Like all of these other female rappers, we can even say like a Cardi and a Lotto and stuff like that, even a Flo Milli. Like Republic Records has never even crossed that boundary with Nicki, and they don't even owe her that. They really don't owe her anything, but they're giving her that, right? Like they're giving her that respect. They're giving her that loyalty and stuff like that. So I think the least that she can do is give them a motherfucking project, because at the end of the day, they got the motherfucking bank. Nicki not releasing music does not hurt anybody's pockets but her own. Republic Records, every quarter, they make more money than they made the last quarter in the last 3 months. So Nicki is not moving anything for them. Okay. Nicki not releasing music, it means nothing to Republic. Okay. But they're not going to let her go. They're going to keep her in that contract because she owes them another album unless she pays to get out of that contract or somebody pays to get her out of that contract. But at the end of the day, they want their money. Okay. So just make sure that you guys understand that before you go and start talking a whole bunch of shit on Twitter. Okay. So I just showed you all of the data sources. And you can like go on my Twitter because I literally just posted it. And I will post the link right here in the chat once again. And I'll have it posted after this is done. Okay. But I want you guys to be educated so that you can go and spread the good word and teach people something. So, thank you guys so much for getting through that history and business lesson with me, Business 101. Love it. Come and find me on Patreon, if you really want to delve deeper into those conversations. So, yeah, watch your mouth when you're talking to me, point blank, period. All right. Until you find the 2024 report, bitch, I don't want to see you in my motherfucking comments. All right. Don't be talking about me and what the fuck, like I be saying and what I don't be saying and the research I do and don't do, what I know and what I don't know. Cause I ain't seen none of you other hoes, none of you other YouTubers, none of you other barbs on Twitter. I ain't seen none of you hoes talk about what's actually going on in the business on the level above Nicki. Because that's what really matters, okay? Because Jay-Z don't operate on Nicki's level. He operates on a level above her. But, nobody's talking about that. Anyway, so but I also, like I said in the beginning, I didn't want to start it off on a positive note, and I want to say thank you though. I want to say thank you to everybody, even the haters out there. But I also want to say thank you to those of you who understand, what I'm trying to do, and basically that's just us learning something new every day. And who value the time that I put in and the research that I do and the things that I say. That's literally it. Thank you very much because it's easy and it's not easy, So I just really do appreciate everybody, regardless if you like me or not. Okay. So thank you so much. Please like the video. So moving on, I don't even know what to get into first. What are people's reactions about Cardi B's new song? Now, I did kind of listen to it like one time right before I came live, but I was preoccupied with something, so I really don't have a review in totality yet, for real, for real. So I'll have something to say. I'll have way more to say like the next time we speak. But I really just wanted to come on here and have like a little Friday night hangout session, for real, for real. So we don't necessarily have to like be really hardcore and talk about music and stuff like that. Oh, but in regards to Cardi though, it was some shit going down. I mean, it's been shit going down all day on the motherfucking timeline. Am I having deja vu? I swear she previewed that before but never released it. Well, that's what her fans were saying. Cardi B's fans were saying that Cardi previewed this song last year. But I don't remember it. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, you're yeah, you got it. um, so let's go to Cardi B. So, Cardi B fans, let me know how you guys are feeling about the full drop. Now, here are the credits from Genius, and a Cardi B fan page is saying that Cardi solely wrote all of her last three drops, aha, on the news and pockets. No co-writer, pen pushed. So it says producer DJ Swinkle. She's been working with him since before Bodak Yellow. And where it says writers, okay, Cardi B and DJ Swinkle, cool. And what it say here? What song was that? July 31st. Oh, okay, this one. What's it called again? Oh, aha, right. And this one is the one her feature with Young Thug. That was actually a good song, but I never really went back to it. Letting on the track produced that. Seems like she wrote her verse and stuff. And then which one was this on the news? I don't even. Oh, Kaylani, right? I don't think I probably heard that shit once. So yeah, like let me know how you guys feel about that. She Aha has also reached number 1 on US iTunes. So congratulations to Cardi and Barty Gang on that. And oh, Cardi was live last night smoking a cigarette. talking about don't judge her because she's stressed or whatever. Cardi, you got no shade. I don't like to judge people, but I'm judging you for smoking a cigarette. You got to stop smoking cigarettes, all right, bitch? Like I understand weed or whatever, but cigarettes, absolutely not. So I don't even want to talk about that. The part that I do want to talk about though is what happened. Yeah, I'm judging if you smoke cigarettes, no shade. So now mind you, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I did um smoke a cigarette like in Paris because I was with this white girl and she liked to smoke cigarettes when she was drunk. And so like I tried it like one night um in Paris and it was like I was like, "Oh, okay, like I get it." So I did it like a couple more times in in Paris and then I had went back to Spain and I started smoking cigarettes a little bit like when I would drink, but yeah, that's about it. I can't on some like everyday shit or whatever. So yeah, no cigarettes, absolutely not. All right, but YOLO, once in a lifetime. That's the only reason why, I swear to God. so the part that I want to talk about though is when I was on Twitter earlier, I did see Cardi start a space. And so apparently she was responding to Akbar, like, so she was like going off. It was a Cardi B like classic like kind of rant, aka like Coke rant, if that's what you want to call it. So apparently like last night on TikTok, what's her name, Akbar was like crying and whatever. And I don't even know because I really didn't watch like the clips and whatever. And but I did see a clip of her with what's Yunti? What's her name? Like Tia something? I can't. I'm sorry. This is a genre of content that I just don't watch. I don't pay attention to. So all I know is that they was on TikTok live. It was like four people, and then when Cardi's song dropped, they was playing it, and then Akbar looked awkward or whatever, and then for whatever reason she starts going off. Like it really like doesn't matter for real, for real. So I guess like Cardi was responding this morning, like in a space or whatever, and it's like okay, like oh, because I think like Akbar, and we can go on Akbar's page on Twitter because Akbar was tweeting today. Um, let me, child, let me just fucking search the shit. Okay, so what's this? Young T played Cardi B's new song in Akbar Snap. See, I can't really play this.
What's going on, Akbar? What happened?
Hey, Yancy, what's up, boo?
I ain't know. What's up?
Nothing, just chilling in the house.
I can't play it because of copyright, but yo, just pay attention to Akbar's face. Ah! She looks so uncomfortable. I'm crying, bro.
Fucking song for you, hoe. Get your motherfucking ass off of here, bitch. Keep Cardi name out your motherfucking mouth.
You pussy
Bitch,
ass,
I thought you was cool.
long head,
You fat Cardi hoe. You love calling everybody fat.
to your
Bitch, you
pussy ass,
profile.
own ass, big hoe, you own ass, nigga, want your
Get
ass,
your bad body ass the fuck up out of here.
ugly ass,
Bad body ass. Get your raggedy ass
small
out
head
of here.
ass,
Mary had
stop
another
playing
laugh
with me,
ugly
ugly
ass
ass,
baby daddy ass.
All right, that is enough. Yeah.
I mean, ho, that's why I like you.
Child, this is the ghetto side of the internet that I don't be on, okay? So I don't even know like why they were arguing what the fuck they were saying or whatever. So this is the part that I saw that I didn't see. So but I didn't really listen to. So it says Akbar took to TikTok live to cry because she can't take the fact that people love Cardi B. Let's see what it say. What's she say? She she really crying?
Y'all don't understand, bro. Y'all probably never will. I love God so much. Just right now, me sitting here, I feel like I done step back when I'm trying to go forward. So that's why I'm crying, bro. That's why, like, the people that I get on live with and I go and troll, we troll each other. We
So was she crying when she was crying? Was this before or after her being on there with Yunti or whatever her name is?
never take it a different route. Like, it never get, into that. I'm not a liar. I'm not an ass kissing. I'm damn sure ain't no lap dog. That's the problem with people. They don't have no loyalty. Only bitches that saying I'm a lap dog is bitches that don't got no loyalty. If my friend don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you either. That's my friend. That's the person that, because if something, that's why I don't do in between things. I'm gonna tell you why I don't do in between, because guess what? If my friend slap the dog out of you, I'm slapping the dog out of you too. I can't be in between. I don't know how to do that. I ain't got no poker face. What you see to me is what you get. Hey, Akbar, if you, I don't like you. Wait, now wait. What we doing?
So somebody, her friend, that's who she lap dogging for?
Really trying to be better.
Yes.
But I gotta put blood in their whole mouth, bro.
Wait. You want to be better? You have to go forward, not backwards.
Got to
go forward.
Y'all, I got to come time in with me.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm trying. I didn't get on this app with none of this bullshit, and I tell y'all that.
Just breathe. Just breathe. No talking. Just breathe.
I gotta put blood in this whole mouth.
No, just breathe.
I ain't doing no talking. When I see you, you just be ready to fight, ho. That's that. I'm trying. Y'all don't know I'm dealing with like a spiritual warfare where it's me and God, and it's this bullshit that come with this shit. And I don't want to deal with the bullshit that come with this. I just be want to rap. Y'all bitches don't know me. I will burn.
Don't cry on live. Don't cry on live. Don't cry on live. Don't cry on live, baby.
No, because I'm really upset because this time I ain't with none of that shit. I've been saying like, okay, I'm leaving that shit. I ain't starting with nobody. I'm chilling. I'm in my own world. I'm gonna beat you the fuck up, oh ho. That's on my children. You think I'm playing? Call your police, whoever you gonna call. When I see you, I'm putting blood in your mouth. Whoever with you, everybody gonna have to stay with you. That's on my mom. I'm done talking.
All right. So Cardi B hears this and she starts a space and basically like starts going off on Akbar. It was about like 23-25 minutes. And at first, like for me, so I'm listening to it like live, but I didn't hear or see everything that I just played for you because I don't be on TikTok, with Akbar and shit like that. I probably ignored the shit. So I'm like, oh, like whatever. And then I'm like, ah ha ha ha, oh, this is a little funny. But then at a certain point I was like, all right, Cardi, like this is a bit much because like you're dedicating your release day, like to Akbar. Like Akbar does not deserve this attention. And so I think one of the reasons, and Cardi, she did clarify that the lapdog or line in the song was not for Akbar. And so that's one of the reasons I believe why Akbar was going off on TikTok because she even used a word like lapdog. And Cardi was like, you thought that was for you? Like, bitch, no, this song is too much of a fun vibe to be for you. Like, when I come for you, you're going to know I'm coming for you. Like that, I'm going to have lines that are specifically for you. Now, this is actually a part that I don't really like that Cardi does because like don't be telling bitches your moves, like because like a lot of times, and y'all could let me know, but real rappers, they don't necessarily explain their bars and clarify was that who was it for? You get it? If you feel hit, then you're gonna holla. But I am coming for you though, And so like I don't doubt Cardi because Cardi came for JT. She gave JT basically her own song. And of course she gave Bia her own song as well. And so yeah, Cardi was like, nah, like, bitch, this is not for you, but blah, 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 blah. And she was like, oh, you gonna put blood in my mouth or whatever? Cardi was like, all right, cool, book a flight right now. Come fight right now. And this is the part where, like, I can't with Akbar because Akbar is on here crying, talking about God and spiritual warfare and X, Y, and Z. Yet, she doing all of that, in the same fucking breath, telling you that, oh, I pray to God and X, Y, and Z, and this is spiritual warfare, and this is the shit, bro. This is the shit that I can't fuck with when it comes to y'all quote unquote religious people. And Nicki did this shit today, but I'm not even gonna get on that right now. What the fuck is her Twitter? Let's go to Akbar. I don't fucking know. I can never remember what the fuck her Twitter is, bro. I am Akbar V. And you talking about, oh, I'm done with the shit. I'm done arguing on the internet, X, Y, and Z, bitch. Arguing on the internet is the way that you make your motherfucking money, ho. So you ain't never gonna stop, So let's rewind. Oh, sorry. And we'll go back to about 10 hours ago. So Akbar says, you about to get the belt. Make sure you don't get in here renting. I'm about to bring the belt out. After 30 rents, you finally respond. Let's start by saying belt coming. That's all you got is this week shit. You could have kept it. You know what you did? You put a nigga baby mama to start mess with me. Who that? What? To boost your song, oh Tia or whatever. When nobody is checking for it. Nobody is going crazy about it. Akbar, you really kind of come off as jealous because a lot of Cardi B fans are living for her song or whatever. And so then Potent Pondering says Akbar had all that energy when she was dissing Trim and Cardi and said that she needed to be consistent and drop more. Then when she didn't garner the attention or response, she stopped. Like you have to keep going if you want to be a rapper and taken seriously. That's a fact. Like Akbar has several points against her as to why people do not take her seriously. Because number one, you're not consistent. And when you do want to rap and stuff like that, you always come in for the next bitch. But what is it that you have to say on your own? What is it about music that you love? What is it about rap that you love? Like, how is it that you want to express yourself outside of beef? Because, and we can say the same thing for Trim. Coming in the game and you at the bottom of the totem pole, dissing people, all you doing, especially these days, is turning off all of the fan bases from you. You're turning off all of the fan bases for supporting you, right? And so that's why you just stay getting dragged in your comments, and it's going to be hard to even launch yourself when you're actually ready to because you dissed everybody. So none of the fan bases is fucking with you. And then you do the thing where you want to argue and go back and forth, and then you don't anymore. And like it's just like everybody got their own time. So her saying like, "Oh, you took that long to respond X, Y, and Z," like Cardi is not moving on no Akbar time. Like I don't know why anybody thought that Cardi was going to move on Akbar time or anybody time. And she also reiterated that today that she's moving on her time and it may be on the album X, Y, and Z. Now, should Cardi always wait to have an album to diss people? Probably not. I don't really think so. But at the end of the day, she's going to, squeeze all of the juice out of the orange as possible and help herself, when it comes to her consumption and sales and stuff like that. So it's like, what I don't, whatever. Like y'all could continue to go back and forth in the music, but and I'm sure that like today Cardi probably gave her that energy today because at least on spaces because it kind of coincided with the release, right? It coincided with the meaning of the song, which is like I don't even know, these bitches think that I'm always talking about them or some shit, whatever the fuck she said in the song, like so like Akbar felt hit and she hollered, so Cardi responded in the theme of the song. Now once again, was it necessary? No, but whatever, so it's just like I just hope that she don't really do that anymore because like bitch, move on, and also Barty Gang, one thing I did want to say about Barty Gang is that I see y'all going at it with so many different fan bases right now. Y'all into it with Megan Thee Stallion fans. I don't give a fuck who started it first. Y'all into it with Lotto fans because of Cardi and Lotto issue and stuff like that. And Lotto fans, y'all look dumb as fuck because y'all buying somebody else music, somebody else album to try to block Cardi on the charts. Like y'all are dumb as fuck because Lotto could have used the sales that y'all are giving to some other bitch because you don't want Cardi B to win. It's very weird. There's already gonna be a tense chart race this week. Why? Because Ariana Grande dropped an album last night just as Cardi dropped the single. So Cardi will debut on the chart. And let me know what you guys' predictions are. A lot of people are saying top 20, top 15. I'll say like maybe a top 50 and stuff like that. It's still the first day. They went number 1 on iTunes, so some sales are coming in. That's kind of all I've seen. I'm not sure if there was a debut on Apple Music top 200 in the US. However, on Saturday morning, the numbers for the first day will come out for Spotify and it will show number 1 how many streams she got on her first day, and 2 if she charted anywhere on Spotify in the US or global. Honestly, the song may not chart globally, but hopefully maybe it does chart in the US, okay? Hopefully she does at least 500,000 streams. So I'm convinced Cardi and Akbar have an agreement to beef. I'm crying. I hope not, because Cardi was like telling her to like come, and fight and shit like that. At this point, I think they do need to fight. No shade. Y'all know I don't be here for the violence, but like, what can make this end? Because bitch, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing about Akbar. What can make this end? Cardi one bark sitting down. Some people cry out of anger. Y'all can't be serious. What? Bart get your ass whipped. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but shout out to you for being here. Make sure you guys like the video. So yeah, and on another note with the fan bases, because listen, this is the thing with y'all fan bases, right? Because I participated in it when it came to like Nicki, like, oh, like let's block Cardi on the charts, but like that shit is just like so fucking corny, no shade. And also when you're the one when you're the fan base with the artist that's actually on top, you have to understand your position in the game. You already won, right? Like Nicki already won the game. So fans trying to compete with Cardi B, all that does is just give Cardi number one more traction, and it motivates her fans more to actually buy her music more, right? So you're actually motivating her fans by doing quote unquote reverse psychology. So Barty Gang and Lotto fans, that's what y'all are doing right now. Lotto fans, y'all are just gonna make Cardi fans go harder. And Lotto fans, it just makes no sense competing on the charts with a Cardi B, because Lotto couldn't even compete on her best day, sis. Even if she had a budget from her label, Lotto still couldn't compete. So like y'all are just embarrassing, and also I don't care who started it, and that's why I'm saying like Barty Gang fans, y'all should be doing like how Barbs do, even though they clearly don't know their place because they stay arguing with every motherfucking fan base, bitch. If I'm a Barb, I ain't arguing with nobody. Nicki already won the game. You can't beat her, right? So there's nothing to argue about. Barty Gang fans, you should be like following in those footsteps because, like I said, Lotto couldn't beat Cardi on her best day, and probably not even Megan Thee Stallion. So it literally does not make sense to go back and forth and argue with them. Okay, that's really all I wanted to say. Any other comments, questions, notes on Cardi? Do let me know. Leave it in the comments or whatever. I'm spectating from Twitter, but what exactly did Cardi say that got people in an uproar? I don't know actually. What it could I don't know. I'm not sure. I all I know was that like the drama, quote unquote, was just her responding to what Akbar was saying on TikTok last night, which is like, oh, like, I'm ready to fight or whatever. I'm gonna put blood in your mouth or whatever. Cardi was like, all right, cool, come do it. Cardi said, yo, send your best bitch. Like, it don't even have to be you, bitch. I'll fight anybody. So there's that. So, okay, so we talked about Cardi, we talked about whatever. I'm gonna save Nicki for the last. So, um, let's talk about Trim. See, the thing about today, right? Today was so interesting on the timeline because Cardi has a release, right? And then like Nikki starts tweeting and she starts going off. She had a whole rant today that's probably still going on. She was even on Spaces, bitch. I didn't even know. I didn't even listen to it, but we'll listen to it like when we get there. So Nikki starts tweeting about some political shit with like Dr. Fauci and the COVID vaccine and shit like that. I have no idea, bro. Like what's going on, and I'm not even gonna try. I might read some tweets, but don't care. Okay, and y'all should be glad that I don't care. So there's that, right? So Cardi's doing her thing, Nicki's doing her thing, and then there's also always that like energy and speculation, which is like, back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I'm talking like 2022, 2023. We were all like, oh, like when Cardi does something, Nicki wants to distract her fan base because Barbs are always paying attention to Cardi. And so there's that. But it's like, I'm not saying that Nicki is necessarily doing that because my whole question, like I said, I dead don't know what's going on her side of politics right now, which whatever the fuck she talking about. So my thing was it's like, why is Dr. Fauci like, why now? Like, why today? Like, is he in the news or something? So yeah, he's in the news. I did some research before I came live. Not about to get into it, okay? But I'm just giving you the foundation as to like why, number one, my title is what it is. Because today was very interesting. Number one, we have Cardi releasing for the first time since her album. And this is Cardi B releasing again for the first time since Trim has been in the game. And then you have Nicki over there in her political bag. So you got three of the quote unquote most talked about, most relevant female rappers right now. Now, Trim hasn't been super, super active this week. She's been here and there, but she wasn't really active like that, like in the past day or so. And one of my like sort of like questions that I look forward to, that once again, it's too early to ask and answer, is how will when Nicki, right? When Nicki starts to release music again, if we ever get to that day, and when Cardi releases music, what will that look like for Trim? Will Trim fade away? And also, how does Trim act in these moments when you have a big release like Cardi, one of the biggest in the genre, and also you got Nicki over there tweeting, right? Like, because they're going to command the most of the attention on the timeline. And so Cardi, she's dropped. Nicki over there tweeting. And then here comes Trim. So let's see what Trim had going on. And you tell me, you tell me, what you think. Like, do you think that the girls were fighting for attention? Do you think that the girls were fighting for the algorithm? Because that's what it was giving to me. I don't know, though. So, Trim starts tweeting 3 hours ago. She debuts, oh my God. And that's the thing, is that she debuts a new hairstyle, right? Which is what you're seeing. A pink fucking wig, bitch. A pink fucking wig, ho. I knew this day was gonna come because Nicki said it herself, and she's right when she says that at some point, every female rapper will put on a pink wig. And so I knew this day was gonna come. And so it's so interesting, right? It's so interesting how that day came today when it's so much going on. I mean, it was to the point where and Trim, when Trim is quiet, I be very like speculative, honestly, when Trim is quiet. When Trim is quiet, I be like, "Ooh, did she give up?" No shade. And that's no shade cuz y'all know how I feel about Trim. But I be like, "Ooh, what's going on?" And so she comes on the timeline and what was the first thing she said? Cuz this wasn't the first thing she said, bro. But anyway, so she debuts a pink wig, and then she says inches, and then she says, "Hey, trim setters, I miss y'all. I was working on music." Now this really stands out to me because she posts this at this point. It's at the afternoon time. Cardi's already went off on Akbar. Nicki's already been tweeting. So the female rap algorithm is active. Okay, both of the biggest women in the game are commanding their fans' attention in different ways. And so this is where I'm like, now how is Trim gonna react? So now Trim comes on the timeline and she's also trying to gather her fans. Nicki says, "Get y'all asses over here. We talking about politics today." Cardi said, "Get y'all asses over here. We dragging Akbar and we listening to music today." Ain't this so interesting? And so Trim's fans, they congregate and shit like that. So it's all just very interesting to me, very interesting. So I'm just looking. So then Trim, she in the airport or whatever. And so listen to this.
Also, we had just came to the airport, and I had just tore through some motherfucking Popeyes.
And did. Me too.
Niggas funny as well.
2 drums on it.
Girl, the grease at the bottom of the bag. That's how you know it been hitting. On my mama. Also,
So what do you notice about that? So Trim, she's in the airport with her manager, and they're having some Popeyes. And I'm like, is this like, I'm just thinking in my head, like, is this all in real time? It could be. And so if you notice, she is portraying her Gullah Geechee accent way more than you normally hear it. And so who knows? Like who I don't know, like where they're on their way to, if were on their way to her hometown, Charleston, South Carolina, or if they're going to LA. I don't know. She's been spending time in New York. And so I don't know. However, though, I felt when I was watching this, I felt like this was one, performative, and not necessarily in a bad way, but and two, just like when somebody's joking, because people have talked so much about Trim and the way she speaks and quote unquote sounding like Nicki. And so I felt like this was, oh, like let me do this real quick, like let me film this real quick with the fucking accent, real quick. That's how I felt this was. So I don't know. That's just my speculation about what happened, on the timeline today in terms of Trim. So what do you guys think? Actually, let's look at what people are saying under here. Girl, why are you talking like that? Why did you just make a motherfucking video about some funky ass Popeyes? Like we give a fuck. Why the fuck is this the 15th time I'm seeing you in them funky ass pajamas? And who is this? Yo, bitches be so fucking like miserable. Like, bro, I just don't understand. Like sometimes on Twitter, like I get it. Like people like who don't like Trim, who are under her shit. Like I get it. Like everybody goes through that. You know, Cardi goes through it, bitch. Like, today I saw Barb's in Cardi's comments while Cardi is on Spaces, and it's like, why are y'all listening to Cardi in real time? You know, like and Nicki goes through it as well, right? But it's just like, and especially I have this thought so much when I'm on Instagram and I'm looking at Trim on Instagram in her live or in her on her posts and stuff like that. But it's because it's like I just don't understand, like, if you don't like somebody, like, why are you commenting on their stuff? Now, Instagram is more like Twitter these days, whereas you don't see things from people that you follow. So it's possible that if you don't follow, you're still going to see Trim. So it kind of makes sense. But where it really irks me is when Trim is live and then you have Barb's in the comments while she's live talking about Nicki. Like, okay, I'll cut y'all some slack because, like I said, you ain't got to be in, you don't have to like follow her to like see what she's posting on Instagram because it may just come up on your For You shit. But for you to click on a bitch page and click on a bitch page in the live and then type out a hate message, like that's a lot of work for somebody you don't like, you know. So like this person writing a whole paragraph dragging her, like, why are y'all here? Like I just don't understand. She must be the last standing member of Geechee tribe because I never hear this shit before until her. And you know, a lot of times, like, and for myself, I try not to take a lot of comments seriously, even if they're hateful, because that they're just fucking talking, you know, like they're just dumb, you know, like. So this must be like, why would you say this must be the last standing member of Geechee tribe? Because I never heard this shit before. That just screams that you're ignorant, you know. I don't know a lot of Geechee people, so I don't hear that accent a lot, but it is what it is. Trim is one of them, you know. So okay, I'm trying to sound Trini girl, please. You know what's funny is that when I first heard Trim, um, and her real accent in the Charleston accent, and even in some of her songs, probably Taxi, some of her earlier songs, I was a little confused before I found out that she was from Charleston, South Carolina, because Trim does sound a little bit Caribbean. I said, "Ooh, like is she from like the Bahamas or something like that?" You know, because I know people with that accent, and it was sounding very similar to that to me. And so when I looked up a little bit and read a little bit about the Gullah Geechee accent, it is reminiscent of the Caribbean and stuff like that. So, you know, someone makes a comment like, "Oh, you're trying to sound Trini." No, Trim is not trying to sound Trini. Her natural accent is that of the Gullah Geechee accent and whatever the fuck that they speak down there. And also, it can remind you of certain Caribbean accents as well. Um, so I hate that. I absolutely hate that. And one of the Trim fan pages is saying, talking about mixtape one. We seriously need that mixtape, like seriously, because it's crazy. Okay, so someone says, "Yeah, Gullah Geechee shit. I love it." So, yeah, what do you guys think about that though? What do you guys think about Trim doing her Gullah Geechee accent on purpose, specifically on purpose? I want to know. Ooh, somebody says, "Stop fucking forcing your voice. It makes you sound like a man, bitch. Damn, we're tired of you, Mr. Potato Head Ass." It's so sad how people act on the internet, because it's like when Trim talks like with a, I don't know what you say, what you could call it, like a normal accent. Y'all say she's like talking like Nicki. Now she's talking in her actual you know, her natural accent, which is the Gullah Geechee one, and now she is sounding like a man and she's trying to be something that she's not. So I can understand how frustrating that might be. And you know, a lot of times I think we see Trim respond in the way that she does, which is having a more sort of like aggressive and hard exterior in her demeanor, because y'all are really fucking annoying, you know, as a fan base. And you have to have like really good self-control to deal with hate from the Barbs. And Trim is still young, you know, and so whether the hate is warranted or not, it takes you some time to understand how to deal with it. And especially if you're coming at me for the way that I naturally sound, yeah, you're gonna be lucky if I don't go off on you, you know. So there's that. So let me pause and look at what you guys are saying in the comments. All right, nothing. Great, fine. Like the video though. So we can sort of move on. Actually, no. Let me see what else Trim tweeted, because oh yeah, Trim previewed some music. Let's listen to that. Let's see what it's giving. So where is she going? Okay, let's see. All right, cool. Let's hear it. Now, as we always do, I want you guys to rate the production and overall the snippet on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being trash, absolutely not. 5, I'm adding this to my playlist ASAP, bitch, ASAP. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm so annoyed with the okay. I'm like way too much. 5 seconds and I heard it probably like 30 times. Absolutely not.
Put these diamonds on my titties, not it icy. He sent 100K to me, I guess he like me.
He sent 100K to me, I guess he liked me. I don't really like that messaging, to be honest with you. Coming from a 19-year-old who clearly is getting money and is going to be in the, like just space of, other people like that. And when I say people, I'm talking about men, men who like, oh, like fly out this and X, Y, and Z. And it is one of the things that I'm concerned about, like as if I know Trim or whatever. Like, I hope that like she doesn't like engage with too many people romantically and stuff like that. There is someone who was rumored to be her boyfriend or whatever, but yeah, like I don't really like it. And the first line of the song was like diamonds on my titties, and I don't really like it, to be honest with you, coming from a 19-year-old. But hey, what were you doing at 19, bitch? All right.
It's something about a hood nigga get me naked.
Something about a hood nigga get me naked.
This cookie in a jar and you ain't take it.
All this cookie in the jar and you ain't take it. See, the why I don't like that line is because number one, it is, like about sex and whatever. Now it's not, it's like her first time talking about sex. Like it's fine, like whatever, like that's just me being like old. Seriously. But why I don't like the line is because the thing, like the quote of like taking it, like that stands for the R word, taking it without, we can't hear it because of the voice. Wait, can y'all hear it or not, y'all? Yeah, I don't like, because that screams like RAPE, it doesn't, taking it from someone, it does, that's not, you get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying?
I love me a hoe face. Okay, I've been fucking out Jose. Whole day.
Did she say like, I love me a whole face? Okay, I've been fucking on Jose. Okay.
Just put up in a rose, go back. You ain't picking up my knees, slow day. Keep two niggas, rotate. Heard you got on my homegirl, both ways. And I ain't going back and forth, just not your sport. Tell that little bitch, go play. Put these
all right. Yeah, like it's fine, like it's better than I don't know if I should say it's better than other things that Trim has been previewing lately, but it doesn't make me automatically like turn off. And I'm just really just talking about the sound. Let me hear it again.
Okay. Oh, okay. Put these diamonds on my titties, not it icy. He sent 100K to me, I guess he like me. It's something about a hood nigga get me naked. Hottest cookie in a jar and you.
I mean, I wouldn't add this to my playlist. It's not going in my playlist, like I could be like, oh, okay, like that's catchy. I understand why somebody would like it, but it's not going in my playlist. Like I don't need that.
Wait, take it. Bitch, I love me a hoe face. Okay, I've been fucking out Jose. Whole day, he just put up in a rose. Go back, you ain't picking up my knees. Slow day, keep two niggas, rotate. Heard you got on my homegirl, both ways. And I ain't going back and forth, just not your sport. Tell that little bitch, go play. Put these.
I like when she switch up the flow here.
And forth, just not your sport. Two niggas, rotate. Heard you got on my homegirl, both ways. And I ain't going back and forth, just not your sport. Tell that little bitch, go play. Put these.
All right. So what would I give that? I don't even know, bro. Somewhere between like a 2 and a 3. But interesting. Right now, Trip, she always previewing music, so it's hard to say, right? Remember, all of this is going on in the midst of Nicki and Cardi being active. Keep that in your mind. Nicki and Cardi is active. Trim, she been quiet. All right. She comes on saying, Trim setters, I miss you. Here's some music. Okay. Then she says, y'all, I'm ready. Okay. Keep going on the page. Keep going on the page. Keep going on the page. Then she posts Billboard 21 under 21, the class of 2026. This is something new, I guess. Like, Billboard probably is ranking like new artists or young artists, 21 under 21, like Forbes ranks like 30 under 30 or 40 under 40 or some shit like that. Or okay, cool. I'll check that out at another time. Oh, look, it says Trim was named on Billboard's 21 under 21 class of 2026. This is a good picture right here. Might need to use that. So she's reposting her fans, posting the snippet. Now, here she says, I'm just trying to drop no shade. Now, I wonder what this means, because I think artists, they're always anxious to drop music. But once again, I don't know. But a lot of times you see artists say those things like, oh, I just want to drop, I just want to drop. They say those things when they are no longer in control and they feel like they're being stifled by their label. So I'm not confident to say that about Trim and her situation, although she's obviously not in control. But and it's so like hard because I'm sure you can make that argument for Trim. I can make an argument for Trim that she may feel stifled by her label and or the major label system and or the music business. Why? Because when you're signed to a major label, you can't just drop at any time. If it was up to Trim, y'all see the amount of music that she previewed, she would drop a song every day if she wanted to. But you can't do that on a label, right? Especially in the way that they're moving with her because they're remixing these songs. They're trying to get her to chart. They're constantly pushing the EP back that was supposed to be out in March. It's August, right? And so Trim, I'm sure she just want to drop, but they need, they want that chart position. And I don't think it's going to come because like I said, I don't know if I said this to y'all on YouTube or I don't know where I said this because I say a lot of things, but Cuervo. I think she said she's fucking up the Jose Cuervo. Oh, okay. Yeah, and she should not be talking like that because she ain't 21 yet. So what was I just saying? Yeah, so like in terms of Trim charting, I don't see it happening. I can't see it happening because even if I don't necessarily hate the shit that she previewed, I don't see anything that Trim previewing. I don't see nothing that's stronger or better than Nobody and Coconut Water, right? Those are some of her best songs that with the most potential to chart, with the most potential for commercial success. And it's already did what it was supposed to do and faded out. And so I just don't see any of these songs charting. Even songs that I like by her. Like there's songs that are unreleased that I like that I don't really even see them charting. I don't even care if they go on a project. When you just like a song, bitch, I just want a song. Should I play it? I have to. So I just wonder. So anyway, it says so who we gotta tussle with because we need to pass to Tiara like whatever. Oh, she called out the label. Oh shit. She said Boo Vision. They said who we gotta tussle with. Oh shit. Or blow up the DMs. You know what? I know why she's saying it. I know. I got it. Yo, these bitches, these artists, they be trying to trick you. They be trying to trick you. I'm crying. She's telling you Boo Vision because this is why they're pushing the project back. Because they want to see the hype, right? Like they like when Trim is going viral and on social media and when everyone is talking about her. So she's saying, oh, like the label, because she wants y'all to get up on social media. Like, yeah, Trim, we need you to drop, we need you to drop. But what you really should be saying is that, like, I need y'all to run up my numbers because that's what they want. They want you guys to run up the streams, so that's how they're going to feel like, okay, we're going to let her put the project out. Well, all of the fucking songs that Trim has previewed since we've known her, she probably previewed like 3 fucking albums, but they're holding her because her consumption is just not there yet. And it's so fucking mind-boggling. Trim is really mind-boggling to me because I would have dropped the project already. It's just the EP. Like, yeah, we want it to chart. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But like, it's just the EP. They acting like she dropping a fucking album. You see what's happening over there with Doechii? Doechii ain't dropped yet. And not even, it's not like TDE is waiting for Doechii to drop. It's just like, they're holding Doechii because they're trying to make sure that everything is set before they really start their rollout. So it kind of makes sense for Doechii because she coming with an album. She already got a Grammy off of a mixtape, right? But when it comes to Trim, it's like, bro, like the girl just got here. Like, let her release a fucking EP with 5 or 6 songs and then work towards a fucking project. Like, here's the thing. You don't have, even though you're on a major label, like y'all don't have to be so concerned with charting, because I guarantee you that even if Trim even if she release a mixtape or a project, it's not going to chart high. She's not going to sell more than 5K. She's not going to sell more than 10K. So the numbers are going to be embarrassing. And the more that Atlantic waits and pushes it back and says, we want you to build hype, the fans, they're getting tired, right? Like they're getting tired. And so, like Nikki said, you bitches got one summer. The summer is almost up. And I already told you that although I'm going to continue listening to Trim, see my playlist here, I got 8 songs by Trim that I absolutely love. I'm going to continue listening to Trim. It doesn't matter if Trim charts or not. It doesn't matter if she gets dropped from her label or not. I'm going to listen to Trim. But just because I'm listening to Trim, it doesn't mean that, like I said before, I don't see anything stronger than what she's already dropped. Because my favorite songs, like your favorite songs by your favorite artist, it may not be something that's commercially successful, right? Your favorite song by Nicki Minaj could be Win Again. That didn't chart nowhere. You get it? For Trim, my favorite song by Trim is Bugatti. That's not charting anywhere. You know, like that, it never charted. It's an old song. And even though I love Coconut Water and Nobody is amazing, I to me personally, nothing will be ever better than this song right here. Okay? And Trim, she ain't even released a project yet. And I'm that confident that she will never release a song that's better than this song right here. So it is concerning, because it's concerning when you feel like an artist has already reached their peak creatively or song wise, when they actually haven't reached their peak yet. You know? So that's what I'm saying. To me personally, in my personal opinion, I don't call Trim, like what she previews now, I don't necessarily call it trash, but to me personally, it is not better. Nothing that Trim previews today, right now, it's not better than these 2 songs right here. These are my favorites. And even though I love Coconut Water, I'm still bumping Bugatti every fucking day. Every day. Nothing will be ever better than these 2 songs. So it's a bit concerning when like Trim could sell 1 million units and I'm still gonna listen to Bugatti. You know, like that is my song. That is amazing. So 3.5 million monthly listeners. I think that that's pretty good. Like they need to build her catalog, because here's the thing. And Trim has so much attention and she has so many like fans already, quote unquote, right? And you don't need to have so many numbers to release a project. Like, bro, the girl that is on my shit, like on my page or whatever, not page, but like the girl that you see in my videos and shit, she only got 1.5 thousand monthly listeners. Like, she's quote unquote a nobody, but I still stream her music. You still hear her music in my videos. 61,000 streams on the song that you guys hear every time you watch my video. I don't care if you like it or not. I don't care if she blows up or not. I love that song. And what I'm saying is that, like, she's a nobody, but she finally dropped an album last year, her first project ever, and she's been making music for more than 10 years. And so, but what I'm saying is that I'm saying that to say that even if you're an artist, sorry, even if you're an artist, but even when you're a fan of an artist that a lot of people don't know, it's although like it's not necessarily going to pay off for the artist. So like you put up mad money into an album and no one's really listening to it, so you lost money, right? But for me personally, as an artist, sorry, as the listener, I'm experiencing, even when this girl do blow up, I'm going to be able to say that I was there on day one, and I know what her first album sound like, and this is my favorite song on her first album. It's something that is sentimental for the fans, even if it doesn't perform commercially. And that's what I need Atlantic to understand, is that yes, we want Trim to have the numbers and stuff like that. Yes, Trim is going to get dragged really bad, really bad. She's already getting dragged really bad. But even if she releases the mixtape, regardless of what it does, she's gonna get dragged. Okay. Y'all are gonna get dragged, and y'all are already losing money. So just let her put out a project and then work towards an album, because the fans who are around right now, those are the day ones who want to say, I was there for Trim's first mixtape. Were you there for Nicki Minaj's first mixtape? That's sentimental to you. That's important to you. That's what fans need to lock in that early support. So that's why you see her fans going crazy under the post. Bitch, where's the fucking mixtape? You said February. Then you said fucking March. Atlantic keep pushing it back. Drop the mixtape. Where is Past the Tiara? We already know the cover. We already know the title. So I personally think Atlantic needs to just let her drop. Just let her drop. It's gonna flop. It's okay. Just let her drop. Anyway, I talk too way fucking much, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. I talk way too much. This is ridiculous. I was not supposed to be on here this long. Okay. So yeah, no, okay, nobody has anything to say. So I didn't want to touch on Nicki, but all right, cool. I'm gonna give y'all some shit. You know, since y'all sat through this shit with me, I'm gonna give y'all some unfiltered opinions and commentary, you know. So for the people who listen back to this, good luck. Which is a good thing, right? So, yeah, let's get on Nicki now. So, actually, let me take a break from yapping. And oh, you know what? Fuck it, bitch. Nope. So here, you know, all of the shit that Nicki was talking about today on Twitter, bitch, I don't know, and I really don't give a fuck. Okay. So here is what Alex Brusowitz said, her BFF, Trump BFF, or whatever the fuck. And he talks about a crazy three-way call that he had with the motherfucking president, bitch. Let's hear what it say, all right?
What was the most interesting three-way call you had with Donald Trump?
Well, I've had a few fun calls with the president, but there was a moment in the 2024 campaign where Cardi B, I don't think she's a very talented rapper, but Cardi B endorsed Kamala Harris on stage at a rally and she could barely read her speech, and her teleprompter went down, and she totally forgot what she was going to say. And so she was waiting for the teleprompter to come back up, and when she realized the teleprompter wasn't coming back up, she started reading the speech from her phone, and she mispronounced like 93% of the words. But anyway, so she endorsed Kamala, and, you know, I pay attention to pop culture stuff, and obviously there's this ongoing kind of a beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I was thinking, and it was like trendy, you know, it's a TikTok, it's all over TikTok and it's all over X, and it's a fun thing to play off of. And I just had the idea one day, I was like,
let me hold you right there. You think it's fun? You think a beef between two women, you think that's fun? That's funny? This is fun to you?
I wonder if Nicki Minaj likes Donald Trump. And so I scrambled to try to get her phone number, and I called my friend, it was actually Amber Rose. I said, Amber, like, you know, you saw Cardi just endorse Kamala, like, I want to talk to Nicki. Can you get me in touch? And Amber got me Nicki's phone number, and I cold called Nicki, and I said, hey, this is Alex Brusowitz, President Trump's team. You know, was wondering if you'd be open to having a conversation with the president. And she said, yes. So later that night, the president was flying to a speech. I was still at the campaign office in Florida, and I called the president. I said, Mr. President, I have Nicki Minaj on the other line. He goes, okay, connect the call, Alex. Connected the call. Call dropped. I'm like, shit. And then, so I call him back. His voice gets, you know, a little bit more annoyed with me. Hello. And I was like, okay, sorry, the call dropped. Connected him again. And call failed again. I'm like, you gotta be calling back a third time, dropped again. And I ended up just texting the president, Nicki Minaj's number, and he called her and they spoke for 25 minutes. I have no idea what they talked about. He called me back afterwards. He said he had a very good conversation with her, and he's going to call me after the rally. And he told her to watch the rally. And I called Nicki. She was on cloud 9, but Nicki ended up, not endorsing the president in the campaign. But what I wanted to do, I wanted the president to do a TikTok where he reacts to Cardi endorsing Kamala. And to show you a little bit of Trump's, like who Trump is actually as a person, I told him, I said, sir, this is going to go so viral. It's going to be the #1. What I want you to say, sir, I want you to say Cardi, or I was like, who's Cardi B? I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. That's what I wanted to say in the TikTok. And the president said to me, he goes, Alex, I like Nicki, but that's mean. I don't know Cardi. Because I don't know Cardi. And he didn't want to do the TikTok because he didn't want to hurt Cardi B's feelings.
Child, hold on, Rob. I just need to hear that last part again real quick. Hold on.
9, but Nicki ended up, not endorsing the president in the campaign. But what I want, he reacted and he told her to watch the rally. And I called Nicki. She was on cloud 9, but Nicki ended up, not endorsing the president in the campaign. But what I wanted to do, I wanted the president to do a TikTok where he reacts to Cardi endorsing Kamala. And to show you a little bit of Trump's, like who Trump is actually as a person, I told him, I said, sir, this is going to go so viral. It's going to be the #1. What I want you to say, sir, I want you to say Cardi, or I was like, who's Cardi B? I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. That's what I wanted to say in the TikTok. And the president said to me, he goes, Alex, I like Nicki, but that's mean. I don't know Cardi.
What the
Because
fuck?
I don't know Cardi. And he didn't want to do the TikTok.
I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm so sorry about that. So he wanted Trump to do a TikTok saying, what? Who is Cardi? I don't know. Cardi endorsed Kamala. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm like so slow right now. 1 second.
I was like, who's Cardi B? I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. That's what I wanted to say in the TikTok.
Okay. So he wanted Trump to say, who's Cardi B? I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. Oh man, I don't know who to drag first. I don't even know where to start, bitch, what to say. Because how embarrassing is this? So many I told you so moments, and I'm literally looking at Twitter right now, and I see bitches still got my name in their mouth. I see bitches still got my name in their mouth. Why y'all talking about me? Why is my name in bitch's mouth right now on the timeline when I'm over here with y'all? So, all right, we'll get to it though. Okay, we're gonna get to it because all right, because what the fuck? How embarrassing is this for? So many embarrassing things. So many embarrassing moments. Since clicking up with Trump and shit like that. And just last weekend we had the joke about her twerking and stuff. And then I forgot. Didn't I say something this week in reference to what's it called? Oh, I forgot. But one thing I do want to make clear is that for so many years there's been the narrative that Cardi was obsessed with Nicki has won to Nicki's advantage, because see, back in 2018 when Cardi first came in and they was really in a beef, Nicki had the fans on her side, and especially in her side of what happened, what went down between her and Cardi and Atlantic and stuff. And I bring that up because there are some things looking back now that suggest that multiple sides in the beef, quote unquote, didn't really tell the full and total truth about how things went down. But I'm not going to get into that there. But my point is that, let's say, like, if Nicki omitted some shit or left some shit out, I have a problem with that because, number one, Nicki was the elder statesman in the game. You got the fans that we was already on your side against Cardi, So it's like you're literally winning. Like, whether you tell the truth or not, like, you're winning, So it's like there is literally no reason to not be fully transparent. And so since then, there has always been the narrative like, oh, Cardi is obsessed with Nicki, Cardi is obsessed with Nicki, blah, 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 blah. And back in my like cupcake days, I honestly, in totality of 100% of me, I would say, I would say like 80 to 85, bitch, 90. I'm gonna say 90 because that's where my heart feels. I would say 90% of me, even in my cupcake days, I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree and or I did not see enough evidence to suggest that Cardi is obsessed with Nicki. I just didn't feel it. But I'm a Barb, you know, I'm down with everything, but I wouldn't even speak on it. I wouldn't even say nothing because who gives a fuck, right? But then if we put a timeline together from 2023, because that's when Nicki was doing her rollout for Pink Friday 2. And then when Nicki, the day that Nicki dropped the cover for Pink Friday 2, you know, dropping an album cover is a big deal, you know? And so Nicki drops the album cover for Pink Friday 2 just 9 minutes after Cardi drops her single cover to Bongos featuring Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? So there is a history, there's a documented pattern, and we talked about this back, I think, when Cardi released her album. We talked about the pattern of Nicki moving and doing something every time Cardi does something. And that is honestly the spirit of this conversation, which is why the title is what it is once again. But I bring this up when we get to this Nicki segment and we talk about what Alex Brewster would say about why they even thought about Nicki in the first place is because of Cardi B. Because they saw Cardi B endorse Kamala Harris. And Alex says, ooh, beef between women. Oh, we could use that. See, but, you know, you wasn't the first thought, right? You was a afterthought. After they saw or thought about how, or, you know, like just how like y'all beef. Oh, Cardi endorses the Democrats. Oh, we could get Nicki Minaj on our side and turn this into a pop culture phenomenon. Because that's what politics is these days. Everything has now merged into one. Politics, stan culture, music, right? On both sides. It's problematic to me on both sides. And so, yeah, you can have your background fucking reasons as to why Nicki really did decide to join MAGA. And you could even make the argument that before Alex gets in touch with Nicki and puts her in touch with Trump, you can even make the argument that Nicki had always been a Republican. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But it doesn't change the fact of what he just said, which is that we only thought of Nicki after we saw what Cardi did. Any comments, questions, or concerns? So now that Alex doesn't help that narrative, right? Because see, and this is a conspiracy theory. You ain't got to believe nothing I'm about to say. But whether you want to believe it or not, because I'm not going to bring up the fucking diagram, but I already told you that there's a diagram out there that tracks every time Cardi does something and all of a sudden Nicki Minaj pops up. But y'all would argue that Cardi is the one obsessed with Nicki. However, if you were to really look at the diagram and what's actually documented by the fucking second, by the fucking minute, right? 9 minutes after Cardi announces Bongos, 9 minutes, Nicki drops the cover to Pink Friday 2. So who's obsessed with who? And even just a month ago, you guys saw on my channel where I uploaded audio of Nicki allegedly talking about Trim on Spaces, right? You guys watched that this week. Oh, fuck. Hopefully you did. And that day, Nicki had came on Spaces because Cardi was going on a quote unquote coke rant, right? Cardi was, I think she was going off on Akbar. No. It's had something to do with Stephon Diggs. It has something to do with Stephon Diggs. Either way, though, Cardi was going off on the timeline, several Spaces back and forth. It got to school, back and forth, going off. And so Nicki gets on Spaces, right? And she starts talking about a whole bunch of shit, like trivia, Beauty and the Beat. She makes comments that I take to be about trim. And I'm telling you that because Nicki, once again, she in her quiet era. She hiding under her rock, doing her MAGA shit, doing her political shit. Bitch, we love it, right? We love it. We love when you're quiet. We love it. Nicki had not been active. Nicki had not addressed her fan base on Spaces in a long time. But all of a sudden, since Cardi had been going off and back and forth, and anytime Cardi is going back and forth with a blogger, Barb's is always tuned in, right? So a repeat of what happened today. Cardi, she gets on Space in the morning. She goes off on Akbar. Nicki starts tweeting. Now, Nicki had been tweeting last night, but guess what? Cardi had already announced her song since Monday, bitch. Okay? So everybody know what Cardi is about to do. Leading up to the release, Nicki's over there tweeting. Come to today, this morning, Nicki's still tweeting. Cardi's on Spaces going off on Akbar. Now, I believe that both of them can be active on social media and have nothing to do with one another. Oh, yeah, that's totally fine. But once again, that's why when I personally see Nicki being active or anybody being active, I ask myself, why? Why now? Why today did you feel the need to go on Spaces? Why today? When Cardi is going off, and then when I say today, I'm really talking about last month, this day, when Cardi is going off on Got the Scoop, you all of a sudden, you ain't spoken to your fans in like 2 months, but all of a sudden, you want to be on Spaces and you really don't got shit to say. Why? Why? You answer that question. I won't answer it. So now when for you, like I always say, I look at the data. I look at what the pattern shows, and the pattern shows that Nicki moves every time Cardi does something. And so as we make a connection to now what Alex Brushewitz says is that we thought about Nicki after we saw Cardi. Okay, right. But guess what? If they thought about Nicki after they saw Cardi, and once again, what I'm about to say is a conspiracy theory. Honestly, everything I said is a conspiracy theory. So you ain't gotta believe me. I'm just telling you the pattern that I see. And so what that's the foundation in which they contact Nicki. And they have the idea to contact Nicki because they see Cardi, right? And so now Alex Brushewitz has been taking shots at Cardi all year, since since February or whatever the fuck, taking direct shots at Cardi B. And I truly hope that after this clip goes viral, because everyone's talking about it, I truly hope that Cardi does not say anything or address this or responds to him at all. Okay. I truly hope that she leaves it alone because honestly, today she called Akbar a lapdog in her space. And obviously, Akbar is a lapdog, but Cardi's saying Akbar being a lapdog, like that's very direct in getting closer to Nicki. And I personally don't think that either one of the women should be really mentioning either each other or getting even close to mentioning each other. You get it? I don't even think that either of them should even be talking to or at somebody that the other is affiliated with. So Nicki should not be talking about or to Ken Barbie. Cardi B should not be talking to or about like somebody like a Khalil. Like there's no reason why either of you should be like talking about each other or each other's people. Like that's how dangerous this beef is to me personally. So when Alex Brushewitz says, "Oh, this is fun," we can use them for Trump, and Nicki ass just go, "Hey Trump, are you really homophobic?" Yeah. Okay. So once again, let me get to my point. that's the foundation in which they contact Nicki because they saw what Cardi did, right? And so now every time Cardi does something, here comes Nicki, da 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 da. And then today, here's something that's going on in the political world, and they're talking about Dr. Fauci, and Cardi is in the middle of a release, and here comes Nicki, da 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 da. Here she goes again. Cardi is on Spaces this morning, and here comes the Queen. I didn't even see this, bro. So what was Nicki talking about earlier? Let's see. Let's see.
Barbs, how do you publish an article on X? I believe
That's what she came on to say? See, every when I swear to God, she did the same thing last month when Cardi was on Spaces and she came on to Spaces. She started off the conversation talking about Beauty and the Beat going viral and wanting to do like some fucking trivia shit. Mind you, this is June. Beauty and the Beat goes viral with Justin Bieber in fucking April for Coachella, meaning that she acknowledged it, that's fine, but like you had 2 months to do whatever you wanted to do to celebrate it going viral with Justin Bieber, whether you wanted to give away some money or do trivia. You had 2 whole months to do that. But as soon as Cardi B get on a space and she start going off, all of a sudden, here you come. Now she want to talk about trivia. Now she want to talk about Beauty and the Beat with Justin Bieber when it went viral 2 months ago. And here she goes again. So bitch, that tells me you ain't got shit to say. Okay, you just made some shit up to come on Spaces to distract your fans. Now here we are again, a month later, with what is she talking about? How to write an article on Twitter? Bitch, wait, don't you got Elon Musk in your back motherfucking pocket, bitch? Wasn't y'all just talking about X money or whatever the fuck? Bitch, Elon fucking probably got you on payroll number 1 and got you what's it called? Doing promo for the fucking Twitter. And that's actually fine. That's A-okay. Hope you're getting paid for it. No shade. Because honestly, it is Nicki Minaj's internet. And Nicki Minaj has contributed so much to Twitter and its relevance and its growth and stuff like that. So actually, she deserves that position. No shade. More than anybody else in the fucking world. Right? But that's the point. Is that if you're already so locked into with Elon Musk, you couldn't just text him and ask him how to write an article on Twitter? You had to come online and ask Barbs in a fucking space because you could have just tweeted that so that they could have responded to you and you could have just wrote the fucking article. But no, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. See, Cardi B released a song and Trim doing X, Y, and Z. And so Nicki wants some attention too. Everybody want attention. Everybody slapped their fans into formation. Shout out to Beyonce.
I have premium already, but do I or do I not? Who can help? Anyone? Who knows? Yes? Yes?
Nicki! Hi. I don't know the answer to your question. Why would Nicki do that?
Anyone knows?
I'm a girl. I'm crying. Bitches came up there, fanned out, and Nicki bumped your ass down, bitch. Answer the motherfucking question.
Who has premium and who writes articles? How do you publish an article on X? Because I've been trying for like the last hour. Yes? Yes? Yes?
Good afternoon, Queen. How are you?
Hello, sir. How are you? Do you know?
So I could be wrong, but I do believe that the articles are automatically generated by popularity, and then they show like a thread of tweets that
No,
are.
I want to write my own article.
I don't think you can do that on it.
Oh my God. She bumped him down too, bitch. And then after that, she said, ugh, like you fucking peasants. Wow.
Who knows?
And these is the bitches that would be arguing with me, bitch. That bitch knocked you down. She don't give a fuck about what you talking about.
Wait, oops. Who knows? Do you know?
Hello.
Yes.
I have to do it on a computer.
Oh, you have to do it on a computer?
Yeah. And I know Marauders knows how.
Why would you have to go all the way on a computer just to write an article?
I do not know.
Why don't you ask Elon Musk, bro? He fucking worked the fucking app. Like, I don't understand. Why she stay coming asking the Barb shit that you could have asked somebody else? Like, what the fuck?
But that's what I said when I looked it up.
Okay, goodbye. All right, well, Barbs, in the meantime, I guess I'll just tweet my articles. Maybe I'll tweet this article that I have. Or maybe I should read my article to you guys. Let me look at it.
We're good.
It starts like this. Around the age of 15, I had a disagreement with a woman who was about 35. To understand the rest of the story, you must first wrap your brain around the dynamic of the entire family. How's that for an opening? Does it draw you in? Is it amazing? Okay, let me think and I'll come back to you guys. Love you very much.
I swear to God, this bitch had absolutely nothing to say. She had nothing to say. She could have easily just hit up Elon Musk and said, how do you write an article, bitch? Get somebody, you should have a fucking contact, because we know obviously Elon Musk is very busy and he don't have time to answer them type of questions. So you should have contacts on Elon Musk's team. And bitch, I'm not even gonna say you should have contacts, bitch, on Elon Musk's team. Bitch, I know you got contacts on Elon Musk's team. You could have easily just texted somebody or hit up somebody on Twitter and ask them how to write a goddamn article. Because what the fuck was that? Anyway, so this is the shit I'm talking about. She had absolutely nothing to say. She just wants some attention. That's fine. We all want attention. Thank you for your attention. Are you still here with me? Please like the video. So, one more thing and I'm going to wrap up. I wanted to say, oh yeah, bitches is talking about me on Twitter. Let's go see what they saying, bitch. Bitches is talking about me on Twitter. Bitch, I didn't even say nothing today. Yo, I swear to God, I ain't even do nothing, my nigga. Okay, so when I did post this and I said, this is fucking crazy, okay? I'll be making my tweets mad vague, okay? I didn't even say shit. You know, when Alex said, oh, bitch, we contacted Nicki after we seen Cardi, I said, oh, this is crazy. This is embarrassing, bitch. They're using you after, we all told you that, right? But like, they're making it known, which is even crazier to me, you know? So, okay, cool. So then Diamond, shout out to Diamond, says, it's actually embarrassing and I don't understand why he thought this was a good idea. Facts. I was getting ready to come live, okay? And so, what I was just seeing though is Diamond, I think, posted this herself. Yeah. And she says, this is so embarrassing and why I wanted her to stay away from that administration. They have been using her from the beginning. Oh, okay. Right, because we all agree, right? Okay, so here comes the fucking idiot fucking cupcakes, right? That are always sucking the actual shit out of Nicki's ass, the fucking diarrhea. Okay, so she says, this girl says, and how you know she's not using them? Right. And then so Nicki, I mean, sorry, not Nicki. This person says, Nicki is active and you search to find something you can spin as negativity. This is embarrassing. Yo, this is the gaslighting shit that the barbs do. Nicki is active and you search to find something you can spin as negativity. Why they're always coming at barbs as if you searched high and low and the icebergs of Antarctica to find something negative to say about Nicki Minaj. No, bitch, the shit went viral. The fuck? Everybody is talking about it. So y'all can have y'all opinion because I'm sure that y'all posted this shit on y'all page. And if you didn't, you're in your motherfucking group chats scrambling. Oh my God, he said something about Cardi. Oh, fuck these white people. Oh, I knew Alex was a piece of shit. I knew we shouldn't have trusted them. That's what they're saying. But for people who say shit with their chest, like me and you, they rather come at you and blame you for the quote unquote negative narrative that's being spread about Nicki when they feel the exact same way. Talking about you search to find negativity. Bitch, it's viral. Everybody's talking about it. But then she go and say, but I'm curious. Since you tagged Destiny, what the fuck is she supposed to do? Bitch, why is my name in your mouth? I'm over here. By the time this shit is going, oh, that was 5 hours ago. Where the fuck was I 5 hours ago? I don't know. In my bed, minding my fucking business. And hoes is still typing my name out. I didn't say shit. Hold on. When did I post it? What time did I post that? 1 hour ago. No. 5 hours. 4 hours. Whoa! I posted it 4 hours ago. This bitch got my name in her mouth 5 hours ago, meaning before I even said something about the subject, you was already thinking about me. Why am I on your brain? And why are you worried about if somebody want me to see something, like one of y'all send me something, why are you pressed about what another bitch is saying? And mind you, she didn't tag me. She just commented under, no. Wait, because this was all 6 hours ago. This was before I even said anything. I probably didn't even see the shit yet because y'all know I'm me. I'm always late. I'm always in my own world, and by the time I get on the internet, shit already been viral. Why are y'all talking about me? And honestly, I should be happy. I should be happy because and that's why I said thank you so much for earlier. I said thank you so much for everybody, like for all of the love, for people who trust me, to do research and to at least understand or try to understand the things that I say and stuff like that, who don't just judge, based on an opinion or whatever you think about me. I fucking appreciate you. I fucking appreciate everybody. And I appreciate you hoes too that keep my name in y'all motherfucking mouth before I even open mine. Bitch, I don't even know what the fuck going on. And bitches already talking about me. Wow. 30 people liked it. Wow. Now somebody responds, says, getting used for a year almost and not getting anything returned besides your fellow cultists confusing you for your op and making jokes about you twerking ain't embarrassing. What has she got out of this so far? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So for all of you hoes that want to swing for MAGA and for Donald Trump, a white racist man, for y'all hoes that want to swing for Donald Trump, please answer the motherfucking question, bitch. And tell us, since you think what this bitch said now, how you know she not using them? Okay, cool. It could be a two-way relationship, as it should. But so we see how Trump and them is using Nicki, right? So tell me now, tell me, how is Nicki using them? What has she gotten out of the deal? Because they're getting a lot. They're getting a lot of press. They're getting a lot of attention for the Save America Act. They in the algorithm. They got a lot of barbs who have jumped on their train and in support of Donald Trump and his agenda because of Nicki. Oh, they milking that hoe. Okay. Okay. So tell me now. Politics is a game of chess. If you don't get that, I don't know what to tell you. None of these politicians actually care about anyone, including those Dems. So you love that clearly. So don't care about. And honestly, a lot of you hoes that be having so much to say, you bitches can't even fucking type, my nigga. And I know, bitch, I be having my motherfucking typos, bitch. And I swear to God, if you ever see me have a motherfucking typo, bitch, I don't know, like, I feel like my phone be playing tricks on me because I swear to God, but like before I even tweet anything or say anything, I read over the shit that I typed like 3 times. And I'd be like, why the fuck do I still have a fucking typo? Oh my God. But you hoes are dead like slow. Like, So, okay. About anyone, including those Dems you love so that clearly don't care about you either. I'm just saying this COVID situation at the best should show you that coons gonna be coons. I'm crying. Let me like that. So let's go on to the original post and let's see what the people got to say, because it's not only Barb's on the under here commenting. I want to see what everybody got to say, bitch. Y'all still here with me? Wake the fuck up, ho, and make sure y'all like this motherfucking video, bitch, and go and send it, to your group chat to all of these hoes that got so much to say, especially the bitches that can't keep my name out their mouth. The Barb's telling her to sue TMZ about that lawsuit. They wouldn't report it if she had paid those people. That's a motherfucking fact, bitch. And bitch, they so pressed about what Destiny's doing and what Destiny's saying, and when Destiny in her bed with her motherfucking feet kicked up, and Destiny ain't even opened her mouth about the motherfucking lawsuits that Nicki got going on yet. Bitch, you ain't heard me say nothing yet. And y'all worried already? Oh, bitch, just wait until I really get on the motherfucking lawsuits, bitch. Just wait. You hoes ain't gonna be able to y'all ain't gonna be able to take it. But we might just keep that on Patreon because y'all dead not gonna be able to take it. And I don't need the motherfucking foolishness. Anyway, let's come to these fucking comments and then I'm gonna get the fuck off of here. So it says, the deductions from this video in the comments are hilarious. Nicki directly revealed this info 5 minutes ago. Nicki's support for Trump has nothing to do with Cardi, but y'all knew that. It doesn't fucking matter, you fucking fucktards. Just like we said last weekend, that even if Nicki wasn't offended by the joke that Trump made, it doesn't matter if she wasn't offended. It doesn't matter if Nicki didn't go to Trump because Cardi went to Kamala. It doesn't matter. What matters is because they are the ones with power. Trump is the one with power. So what matters is the person with power and how they're using their power. They're using you like a pawn, number one, against Cardi B and Kamala Harris and the Democrats, and also you know, they're using you for your for the joke that he said, you know, twerking and X, Y, and Z. Like, he's exerting his power of white supremacy over you. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter, honestly, it don't matter what Nicki's intentions are. And so for those of you who wasn't on Patreon with me, one of the main things that you need to understand is that even if Nicki comes out on top with Trump and she takes down the industry and she makes Rock Nation crumble and she quote unquote wins this industry war, even even if it happens, guess what? She was still used as a pawn for Trump. She is still a puppet for Trump. Even if she wins, she was still used as a puppet because she's still advocating for things that Trump wants, including the Save America Act. He's using her. She could be using him, but what Trump can't use, I'm sorry, Nicki can't use Trump as a puppet. She can't. She could use him to quote unquote get what she want if he want to give it to her. But if he want to give it to her, depends on what she could do for him. See, he already got what he wanted out the deal. But did you? And what do you have to do to get it out of the deal? To get what you want out of the deal, you still gotta do what he say. So you are a puppet. It doesn't matter. You can win the game or you can lose the game. You were still used. It doesn't matter. And that's not a narrative. It's the motherfucking truth. It's a fucking fact. Okay? Next. From being humiliated by the president to being married to a sex offender, then being exposed for being used of Cardi B is fucking insane. So they got Nicki because Cardi endorsed Kamala. All of that because, and this was 17 hours ago, bitch. We a day late. All of that because Cardi endorsed Kamala. You telling the president what to say because Cardi endorsed Kamala? Nicki is MAGA because Cardi endorsed Kamala. So they called Nicki after Cardi endorsed Kamala. That lady will always be second place. LMAO. These floppy B fans in the comments talking about she will always live in botch B shade. Are you stupid? She never endorsed him, never went to any of his campaigns, so why would she be worried about her? Like, OMG, y'all the most slowest fan base ever. Nicki was the one who came out talking about Trump says, you know, like, and that's what Cardi B, you know, did. Like, she made a mistake in her typing, but clearly Cardi endorsing Kamala was on her mind, right? Oh, okay. So for all of the other bitches out here saying she's doing it for safety or doing it to protect her, she clearly got offered to do it and and took the chance. Now she's builded a bond with them. She's sacred, MAGA, old, like y'all look dumb. Okay, so now they're trying to debunk. They're trying to like take away that narrative that the Barbs built, which is that, oh, Nicki went to Trump for protection. And so this person is saying, so, oh no, y'all can't use that argument anymore. You should really think before you really say that, okay? Because so if she didn't go to them for protection and to get Trump to prosecute Billboard and Spotify and Jay-Z and Rock Nation, if she didn't go to him for protection, then what is she there for? She sacrificed everything for what? Because it would, even you could like still choose to respect it or not, because even though like that's a dominant theory, people still don't respect it, right? That quote unquote she went to Trump for protection, right? And so let's say that she, in that, like this person is saying, she didn't go to Trump for protection. I could respect you for selling yourself out if you really felt like that's what you had to do to protect your family and yourself. But see, like, you saying that she clearly got offered to do it and took the chance, and now she built a bond with them, and she's so sacred and she's so MAGA. She's so sacred and she's so religious, just like the people who are separating kids from their parents because they don't like immigrants. She is so down with MAGA because yeah, like what are they trying to do? Oh, they're trying to make it harder for everyone to vote. So you're really telling me that she really aligned with the morals of these people? Bitch, I think you need to rethink that argument. I think y'all need to rethink that argument before you say that in public, because it don't make her look any better. And this is the shit I be talking about, is that you ain't gotta defend her because she already made her choice and Nicki is clearly cool with it because she loved to get dragged. So why the fuck is y'all still making excuses? If you want to support Nicki, do that. Stay down. Amazing. But stop making excuses, because all it does is bring more like bring more harm and more drags her way, because all people are going to do is just pick it apart and be like, bitch, that's just stupid. So she did it for what then? She did all of that for what? She sacrificed herself, her career, her fans, her reputation, her legacy for what? If she felt like she needed to do for protection, we could respect that, maybe 5%. But you telling me she do it because she wanted it? She wanted to? Oh, so yeah, so we really shouldn't give this bitch grace. It's really good for her, whatever's about to happen, since she just wanted to be over there, you know? It's funny because this is exactly what made her comfortable coming out. It's MAGA, seeing that they hate Cardi as much as she does. Wow, so while MAGA thinks pulling Nicki is a gotcha for Kamala, Nicki thinks being MAGA is a gotcha for Cardi since Kamala didn't win. Very pathetic all around. Facts, couldn't agree more. But you know, I'm not necessarily saying that I co-sign that thing. What this person is saying. However, Nicki loves to use everything as a gotcha moment for everybody. I mean, clearly that's what she's doing today. Her whole rant today, and bitch, I didn't even get into that, and I'm not gonna get into it. So this is the reason why Barbs have only been getting MAGA dust and no new music, because Nicki just being used as a okay. Love that this shows how and I'm still sparing her. I'm not even about to read that. You know, like, the way she dragged Cardi for like the first 30 seconds of the video. LMAO. I think he said Nicki ended up not endorsing the president in the campaign, but she did at the end of 2025 when said promo idea was no longer needed because Trump had won already. Maybe I heard something wrong. Sounds like Trump and Nicki didn't want to be spiteful. Oh, shut the fuck up, bitch. A man more worried about 2 female rappers than what his wife is doing back home. Facts. Let me like that. Cause he's yep. You're a man, by the way, in a one-sided beef with a female you thought you ate. Poor Nicki used as a pawn by MAGA. So she tried to involve the president. Okay. So he tried to involve the president in female rap beef. Just low. So embarrassing how everybody knows Cardi. Okay. She's playing chess. I'm crying with the T at the end. So I'm sorry. This is the shit right here. So the chess was her being a pawn. I'm crying. Hold on. I gotta look up somebody real quick because somebody had a good tweet. Glock. Fuck. I don't know the shit. I don't know the fucking. I don't know the account. Fuck. I gotta show y'all this tweet. Oh my god. I'm mad. I can't find it. I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna find it. Hold on. Fuck. Let me see if I could. Because that tweet had me rolling earlier. Okay. It was real simple too. Bitch. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Nope. This is not it. You know what? Fuck. Hold on. What's the shit? 6 hours ago. Hold on. I'm coming. Scroll. I'm in 5 hours. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So this person here, you know, sort of like Barb centered, and this is all in response to what we're seeing with Alex Bershowitz talking about Nicki, Cardi, Trump. So this person says Nicki is the dumbest, smartest person I ever seen. Okay, so you got, of course, Barb's there, like, you know, going back and forth and responding or whatever. So then this person, what I saw was this person, all they did was put a gif of chestnut checkers. I was crying, laughing, because the tweet we just saw before this was like, oh, she's playing chess, CHEST, but you're playing chess. You're the one who's claiming that you're 10, 20 steps ahead of your opponents, yet it always comes out as you're the one being used, because no shade. I asked this to some of y'all, I don't know, a couple of months ago, but unbiasedly, be unbiased. When I ask you this motherfucking question, tell me, in your opinion, in this war against Jay-Z, who is winning right now? If we had to call the war right now, who would you say is winning? I'm not gonna tell you, because it's no right or wrong answer. It's in your opinion, based on what you've been seeing going down in the past year. Who's winning the war? Who has had more W's and who has taken more L's? Y'all let me know in the comments. We could do 1 for Nicki, 2 for Jay-Z. 1 for Nicki is winning the war against Roc Nation, 2 for Jay-Z. Chestnut checkers. Somebody said whole time she playing Candy Crush. And this was one of the ones that this same account made this go viral. Whole time she playing Candy Crush. Every time Nicki say she playing chestnut checkers, whole time she playing Candy Crush. That shit went viral, mega viral, like months ago, like 100,000 likes on Twitter. Okay, chestnut checkers gag. So people they trolling. You know, let's see what they have on their page. All right, cool. But yeah, like that's really I think that's really all I wanted to say. This was a 2-hour live. This is fucking crazy, bro. Yo, if you were here from the beginning, if you watched from the beginning, yo, I swear to God, I appreciate you so fucking much, bro. Jay up 54,000, Nicki 3. I'm crying. I'm crying. Who's winning, y'all? Jay-Z or Nicki Minaj? Or is it Trump? Y'all let me know. Let me know. Number one, how y'all feeling about Cardi B? Cardi B versus Akbar, the single. Number two, what did we talk about? Trim. How do you feel like as we progress into female rap, right? We got the biggest female rappers that are active right now, and Trim needs to learn how to stay afloat while all of the other fan bases are paying attention to their girls, because Trim has been like growing based off of the inactivity of Nicki and Cardi. The fact that the biggest female rappers were inactive musically gave a lot of fans more room and more of an appetite for a new bitch to come in. And that's why Trim has had so much talk about her since she went viral. So now that Cardi B is back in the game, and whenever Nicki gets back in the game, Trip has to find her footing, and she has to find a way to keep attention on her, but not make it look obvious as in she's being attention seeking. And you let me know if you thought it was obvious today that Trim was being attention seeking, or even if you even think Trim was trying to get attention. And let me know how you guys feel about her wearing a pink wig. I don't know. I really don't care, to be honest with you, because we've seen it on every bitch at this point. But child, I would be wearing a motherfucking pink wig too, bitch. That's my favorite color. And what? What you gonna do about it? The fuck? We all girls. Like the fuck, So I don't really care. And then is Nicki like always moving every time Cardi moves? And is that indicative of how MAGA even approached her? And how are we seeing that manifest today? If Cardi wasn't active or dropping music, would Nicki have still went on Spaces to ask a simple question that took 3 minutes? Have you seen the diagram that documents literally by the minute how Nicki moves every time Cardi moves? If you haven't seen it, bitch, don't talk to me. And as we spoke about in the beginning of this conversation, shout out to you if you really sat through that. But that article that I showed you guys on the market share report from 2025 on Republic Records, get me the report for 2024 before you speak to me. And if you get me the report, I will make a whole video about it and I will shout you out. And you can hit me up anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, fucking YouTube, bitch, anywhere. Bitch, I'm everywhere. Okay? And nowhere at all, child, because I be minding my business and bitches still got my name in their mouth. Anyway, y'all have an amazing weekend. I'll probably shut the fuck up the entire weekend because I talked way too fucking much this fucking week. But make sure y'all go and get caught up with all of the conversations on the channel, because man, I don't see nobody having better conversations than me. And that's no shade, not even trying to be cocky, but bitch, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Nobody, y'all ain't talking about shit these days. About shit. Y'all ain't talking shit. I gave y'all tea, mess, drama, and education. Who is doing it like me? But all I ask is that you guys like the video and subscribe, and come find me on Patreon. I'll probably link some shit below in the comments, because way more shit over there. Anyway, y'all have a great night. I have things to do, so just peace out. Bye, guys.